Canadians from coast to coast to coast are that. Okay.
The first question will go to Mr. Albus.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today we've learned that federal workers have been ordered to ignore obvious signs of fraud when it comes to applying for government benefits. Can the Prime Minister confirm that 200,000 applications have been flagged as potentially fraudulent?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, our focus from the very beginning has been to get the help out
Prime
to
Minister
Canadians.
Oh,
I think I'm off mute. No, can you hear me?
We're good now. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Our priority from the very beginning has been to make sure that Canadians get the support they need. We moved very quickly to get the Canada Emergency Response Benefit out, to get the wage subsidy out, to help Canadians in this unprecedented situation. We recognize that there will be challenges, and we're going to work through those challenges. But our priority every step of the way was to make sure we helped as many Canadians as possible.
We'll go
very
back
quickly.
to Mr. Albus now.
Mr. Speaker, can the Prime Minister confirm that the instruction has been given to federal employees to ignore these 200,000 applications as being flagged as potentially fraudulent? This is important.
Right, Honourable Prime Minister.
Our focus has been on helping as many people as we possibly can. Our decision from the very beginning was get the help out to people and figure out with retroactive action, if necessary, where and when there has been or there may have been fraudulent use.
Now we'll
our priority was getting that help out.
The next question.
This came from a memo issued by a deputy minister. Did the minister's office or the Prime Minister sign off on this memo?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Again,
Mr. Speaker, I asked a very simple question. Did the Prime Minister or his minister sign off on this memo that was issued by the Deputy Minister? Yes or no?
Mr. Speaker,
I'm asking the Prime Minister to show some accountability. Did he or his office sign off on this memo?
Mr. Speaker, my office and I have been, as Mr. Albus points out, other parties would have been slower to get the money out. We were flowing money to people who needed it.
Mr. Speaker, the question was quite simple, and obviously the Prime Minister doesn't seem comfortable with the answer. Will he at least then commit to investigating every individual case of fraud, or will he write it off, as the story is said? The Prime Minister can leave the cottage talk for the cottage. We're asking a very simple question here. Will he commit as a government to enforce the rule of law and to enforce the attestation that says that if someone commits fraud, that it will be followed up and pursued?
I think I'm off mute. No, can you hear me?